Hello and welcome to appse demo. In this demo, we will discuss and explain this particular workflow. This workflow actually works as an AI assistant for finance manager and purchase manager. So one of the things which finance manager or a purchase manager of an organization faces to match an incoming invoice from their vendors with the associated purchase order and with the goods receipt. So where if the purchase order, the invoice which I have received is according to the purchase order and the goods are received within my warehouse, then the invoice should be paid. Else if these conditions are not met, then the invoice should be on hold. So this is an agentic workflow which works as an AI assistant for the finance manager, which helps them to quickly match the inbound invoice, the AP invoice with the associated purchase order and the goods receipt purchase order automatically, and inform the finance manager whether to pay that invoice or not pay.
In this session, we will cover this particular workflow, which has an AI agent to decide and match vendor invoices for accounts payable for AP process. So let's quickly have a look at this workflow. I will explain the workflow detail within next 30 seconds. So at first, it starts with whenever the vendor sends an email. So this workflow will automatically check, the email time to time. So it works with the schedule. That schedule can be on hourly basis. So let's say for every hour, this workflow and this agent will automatically check the inbound emails of finance manager. Now, once it receive an email which has a subject line of invoice, it immediately check the email details. It gets the attachment which are associated, converts and decodes this attachment. It feeds the data to an AI node. So here we have used an AI node for identifying the invoice detail. It splits out the line items, the vendor name, and all the other elements, and then it starts checking the related data within the ERP or accounting system. Here we have used uh, Zoho Books as the accounting system, but this workflow can work with a little bit of tweaking and reconfiguration. It can work with any other ERP like SAP, Microsoft, or NetSuite. So first it searches the corresponding purchase order, whether that order exists within the system. If the order exists, this workflow proceeds. If this order does not exist, then it immediately notifies the finance manager that though the invoice is received, but the related purchase order is missing. The PO number does not exist within the system. If the PO exists, then it further checks whether the PO has a status of received. That means whether the goods are received. So if the goods are not received, if the status of that PO is not received in terms of GRPO, then it will immediately notify the finance manager to hold the payment because the stock has not yet been received at the within the organization. If both checks out, that means the PO exists and the PO status is received. That means the GRPO is already created. Goods are received within the inventory. Then it finds out further details of that particular purchase order. It feeds these information to the AI agent, where the AI agent gets the information of the invoice as well as gets the information of the corresponding purchase order. And here the AI agents matches both the documents to check if both the documents are in line. And since the inventory is already received, the agent will automatically match these line items, quantity, unit of measure, every value, the document subtotal, document total, line total. It ignores small rounding errors or small rounding differences, but otherwise it matches the broad level, all the, it follows a strict match. Now, if everything checks out, then the the agent will inform the the finance manager whether to release the payment or not, right? So here, let's quickly run this workflow and let's see the result. So the workflow started working and it started decoding. We are at the decode stage where it is decoding the vendor invoice. Once the decode is complete, it checks out all the details, and then the agent started working, matching the invoice and matching the PO. If everything checks out, it notifies the finance manager. If I now go within my Teams, here we have used Teams for notification. So I can see that it sends out a notification that invoice received from vendor Greenleaf Solutions. Corresponding PO number is PO 00004. AI-based matching of the invoice and PO has this result. The vendor invoice and the purchase order match perfectly, no discrepancies found. So once the finance manager get this notification, then the finance manager can easily take the decision for clearing out that accounts payable invoice. So that's all that I have to share in this session. Stay tuned with us and stay tuned, follow our YouTube channel for more such informative videos where we will design more such AI workflows and AI agent scenarios within appse AI, AI workflow automation platform. Thanks for watching.